Hello everyone, this is Erfan Akbari, and in this video I want to teach you how to use USART communication protocol in AVR microcontrollers. So let's get started. For a start, to write a program for AVR microcontrollers, we need two softwares. One of them is CodeVision AVR, which is in here. You can see its icon on my taskbar, and the other software is Protos, that you can see its icon in here on my taskbar. I click on CodeVision AVR software, I run it, and I want to make a new project. So in File on New, I click on Project. There's a window in here which is asking that if you want to use CodeWizard AVR, that I click on Yes. And in this window, you should choose your microcontroller family that you want to use, which mine is ATmega 8A. Is in this in the first group. So I choose the first group and I click on OK. You should wait to run the CodeWizard window. Okay, this is CodeWizard window that you are seeing in here. In the first option that is shown in the window, you can choose your chip that you are gonna work with. That I choose ATmega 8A. You can choose another chips in here, the ATmega families and A-Tiny families and 8090 in here. So I choose ATmega 8A, and under this field you can choose the frequency that you want that your micro work with. I choose the 1 megahertz frequency. In the left side of that window you can see the USART feature in here. I click on it, and there's two options for the microcontroller to work with the USART communication protocol as a receiver or as a transmitter. I want to use the microcontroller to work as a transmitter in this project, so I click on the transmitter. In here you can check this, and after that you can have interrupt for transmitting the data. I don't need it in this project. And in this field you can select your baud rate that you want to your microcontroller work with in in USART communication protocol. You can choose your baud rate that you want, for example 100 or 1000 or everything, but there are some standard baud rate that you can choose in this window. I choose 9600 in here. After that you can see that the baud rate error is minus 7.5%, which is more than 2 or 5%, and it will be maybe dangerous for your data. You have two ways to decrease this baud rate error. One of them is changing the frequency of the microcontroller. For example, if I put this frequency to 8 megahertz, and after that I click on USART option, you can see that the baud rate error now is 0.2%, which is pretty much lower than the first thing that we see. There's another option that we can do if we want to work with a specific clock frequency. We can check this cross 2 option in here that can maybe in some projects decrease the baud rate error, and we can see that in this project that is going very well.
That you do.
After that you can select your data size and stop bit data and the parity. I don't change it. It's very good. and it's very normal. 8 data bit, 1 stop bit, and no parity. And the mode that I want to use in this project is asynchronous. After that, I click on program. If you are installed your CodeVision AVR software recently, this option will be checked like this. You should uncheck it, and after that click on generate. After clicking on generate, you can see your code in here, and after that you should click on program, and after that generate, save, and exit. When you click on it, the software asks you to where do you want to save your where do you want to save your project at. I made a folder in my desktop which its name is USART1. I go in it and make 2 folder in here, code for CodeVision software, and another folder which its name is Pro for Pro Tools project. I made these folders, and after that I will go into the code, and the software asks you to save the 3 files in here. The first one, the second one, and the third one. When you save these 3 files, after that you can see your code in the compiler area in here. I usually delete these comments which are up to my code in here. These are not necessary for my code, and also these ones. And I don't need the ports configuration in here because I can change it by myself, and I will delete them. And in here you can see some comments in here which are related to USART feature of the microcontrollers. To see that USART receiver is off, USART transmitter is on, USART mode is asynchronous, and USART baud rate is 9600 double speed mode, which means that we clicked on the cross 2 option in the code wizard, and you can see that 8 data, 1 stop, and no parity in here. You can see that in here these settings are set by changing the situation of some registers in the microcontroller, and in here and the while you can write your code in here. I need a Pro Tools project too, so I click on Pro Tools, and after that I will come back to the CodeVision AVR and write my program. In Pro Tools I click on File, New Project. After that the software asks you a path for saving the project to. I will go to my desktop, and after that I save it in USART and in Pro folder. Next, and finish. And in here you can see the paper that you can draw your circuit in here. You can choose the component mode, and in component mode if you click on P, you can add your microcontroller in here, which is 80MB8A for me in this project, which has no difference with 80MB8 without A, and nothing else. I can put it in here, and I also need a virtual terminal which is in virtual instrument mode folder, and in here virtual terminal I choose it, and after that I click on the space to have it on my circuit. I need to use my microcontroller as a transmitter. These are 2 pins in here, which one of them is RXT and another one is TXT. TXT is used from microcontroller when you want to use the microcontroller as transmitter, and as you know, the RXT is another port that is used when you want to use your microcontroller as a receiver. I want to use my microcontroller as transmitter, so I use the TXD port and connect it to RXD of virtual machine, because the what my microcontroller sent by transmitting data is received by the virtual terminal, so I should connect it to the R. You can double click on virtual terminal and you can see the settings in here, which one of them is baud rate, which is 9600, as same as our project, and data bits, parity, and sub bits, which everything is okay with our project. I click on it and we go back to the code vision software. In here you can write your program for your microcontroller. There are a lot of function and orders you can use in your code to use the USART feature of your microcontroller. One of them is put s, which you can send a string by using USART. So I use put s, and in the parentheses I use the high word, for example, and after that I want to have a delay, so I should import my delay library in here, include delay.h, and after that I can have a delay in here, for example 1 second. It's enough for now, and I can build my project by clicking on here, build alt project file. If I click on it and there are no errors or warning in this area, it means that there's everything okay, which is not in my project, because I should put ms, that means milliseconds after delay. I build on my project in another time. So now in here you can see that there is no error or warning in this window, which means that everything is okay with our project. You should double click on your microcontroller in Pro Tools and be sure that the frequency of the microcontroller, which is in Pro Tools, is as same as the CodeVision AVR frequency. Our CodeVision AVR frequency of microcontroller were 1 MHz, and it's 1 MHz too in Pro Tools software. I double click on it, and you should program the microcontroller in the Pro Tools area. So in program file field in here, I click on the folder icon, and I should go to the path that I save my code, which is in USART1 code folder, and after that I should go on debug, exe, and click on 1.hex. I said 1 for the name of my project. You can use any other names for it, but the file is in type of hex, which means hex. So I open it and click on OK, and when I click on run in here, you can see that the microcontroller is sending high strings by using this pin to the virtual terminal in here, with a delay of 1 second between each of them, and you can see that it is continue to its work. So I want to teach you another function that you can use in here. This function is as the function that we used before. It means its name is putchar, and the notation of using it is like that. Putchar is using for sending just one character. For example, I want to just send F character to the virtual terminal, and for example with delay of 300 milliseconds. Again, I click on build all project files. And after clicking on stop, and after that playing then running the project, you can see that the F character is sending from the microcontroller to virtual terminal. If you had any question about this project, this is my email that you can ask your question from me by sending email to this email. This is also my WhatsApp number, which you can send your question to my WhatsApp, and I will answer them if I know the answer. Be smart and successful, and goodbye.